Okay, good evening. As you're aware, Heart of the Arts Incorporated has been managing the operations and fundraising and development of the 1912 Center since 2007. And quarterly, they come and give you a report, and along with an annual report that we'll do here after the new year. And with that, I'll turn this over to Jenny Kostroff, their Executive Director, for her quarterly report.
Yahoo! Okay, this is exciting. I don't usually do a PowerPoint at a quarterly report, but this one, we need pictures. So I'm going to share pictures with you. This is our update. Here we go. This is what the building on the east end looked like before we started construction. Lots of boards in the windows, painted, broken. That one, is there a pointer thingy on this one? This one? Okay, excellent. This one wouldn't close. And why that's important is we had pigeons take up residence in the top floor of the building. We named them Fiona and Kevin, and they lived there all summer very happily. So this window being open was a real problem. Not for Fiona and Kevin, but for everybody else. So, and people would come by and tell me, Jenny, you've got a window open. Yeah, I know. We're going to replace it. So, we started our work on August 12th. We worked with Pioneer Waterproofing Company Incorporated out of Spokane, Washington. The project was bid for $133,700. And that project was to replace all 22 windows on the east end, repair the balustrade. And the balustrade, when I talk about balustrade, it's this top little part. And the people on the Historic Preservation Commission understand the importance of such pretty stuff. So it keeps us on the National Register of Historic Places for being accurate and historical in the time frame that this was built. We closed the parking lot on the east end, just the throughway. You could park in the handicap spots in front, and you could come through the back. And we started window replacement on the 18th of August, and this is what I want to show you. Pictures of construction. Really? Yes. So here's a guy in a window replacing it. This is a whole bunch of windows out of the building, which I thought was really cool to see them out, but then these were all brand new, and now they're all in there. And this took them only 3 days to do all of that work in there, and then they did all of the sealing around the windows. So they went in very quickly, and it's amazing how quickly you can spend $75,000. But it was worth every penny. It's so fantastic. And here they are working. We did a repair on one of these. We think, historically, we figured out that somebody crashed their car at some point in its past into this side of the stairs, because it had been rebuilt somehow, but badly. So we took it all apart and we put it all back together again, and now it is not in bad shape. It is in perfect shape, and it will last a long time. So, and that's called a cheek wall. I didn't know that there's a name for the sides of the stairs. That's a cheek, like these. Cheek wall. Yeah, I learn new things every day in my job. Here it is, all done, pretty, ready for use. Isn't that exciting? Come on, I've been busy. Woo-hoo! And
quick point, what happened to the pigeons?
The pigeons, I have more to tell you about them. So a board fell out of the front of the building. Those lovely boards that we have, they fall inside, so don't worry about your safety. But it fell in during one of our bigger windstorms. So when this window was replaced, Kevin and Fiona still had a way to get in and out of the building through the front. Then everybody told me, Jenny, you have a board missing from the front of the building. Yeah, I got that. So the guys replaced the board, and I'll show you coming up. Anyhow, we'll continue our story, because the Pioneer Waterproofing folks worked on this balustrade that has been off of the building since 2009. So it's very exciting. We have it fully restored, complete, and replaced. And Idaho Heritage Trust is to thank for a considerable portion of that construction project cost, $4,500 that they promised to help pay for this, and it cost way more than that. So there you go. And this work was done on October 15th. And we are under contract with Pioneer Waterproofing over the winter. They will be taking the balustrade pieces, just like these, off the top of the two entryways that go into the front of the building or the south side of the building, because we're concerned about the safety of those pieces. They're all starting to get their mortar coming apart between them, and we need to figure out how many more pieces we need to create to restore them fully. So over the winter, they'll have those pieces in their shop to get them repaired and the pieces made. And then in April, they will be coming to install 2 balustrades on the front side of the facility. Since they've just done 2 of them, we know they know what they're doing, so that's why we put them under contract to continue that project. So we're not seeing the last of Pioneer Waterproofing, and they're doing a great job, so I'm very thrilled with that project. In the summer, we did plaza concerts. Now, this picture is important. We did 6 plaza concerts. We also had an art opening. This picture was taken from the board that was out. I took a picture out that window on the top floor, so that tells you what you could see. Cool things looking down on the plaza from where the board was missing. So then, let's see. Oh, so we have the winter market coming up. Our first winter market date is November 8th. I have for everybody tonight something special for your refrigerator. It's a magnet that tells you every single date of the winter markets. Unlike the farmer's market, where you can wake up any Saturday morning and head to the downtown area and know there will be a market, in the winter, we're a little more picky about our Saturdays, so we've selected 4 before the end of the year, November 8th and 15th, December 6th and 13th, to do your holiday shopping and your produce shopping, because there's lots of good produce still at the end of the year, lots of squashes, apples, you name it. Then they start drying those apples, and when you come in February and March, you can still get apples, but they're going to be the dried kind that you can keep in your desk drawer. Very cool. So the winter markets are February 7th and March 7th after the new year, and I have magnets for everybody. Take home so that you can know when to come to the markets. 10 to 2, the Saturdays that are listed. So that's the winter market. That's our logo that Melissa Rockwood designed for the market this year. Now, here's the front of the building. Kevin and Fiona were flying around and flew out for an evening meal. And they put the board in. Now, this is a sort of sad story because these pigeons had made this their home. You can barely see it, but that's Kevin right up there. And when I saw Kevin, I was very worried because I didn't see Fiona, but she was right up here. And they were both out. So I was like, okay, we did good. We gave them a place to live for a while. Now it's time for them to move on and find a new home. But this picture serves to remind you that while the east side is completed, this lovely south side still needs your support and donations. This is $200,000 worth of work and a lot more windows than we just put in. But the happy story is folks like Rotary of Moscow have donated windows in this south side, and you can too. For $1,912, you can sponsor a window, and I have people paying that $20 a month just for fun. So you can sponsor it over time if you would like to have a window with your name on it in the 1912 Center. And that's my report.
Very nice, Jenny, very nice. Walter?
Jenny, next time, try to be a little more enthusiastic.
Okay, I'll work on that.
Where does the stairway from the east parking lot lead? If you go up there and were able to open, I presume there are doors, and if you were able to open it, where would you enter the building?
This set of stairs?
Yes, ma'am.
This set of stairs, they'll point it out for people. If you were to come in off the parking lot, you would enter into what we are calling the second floor of the building. So this is the senior center right here. This is the Friendship Hall, the drop-in center for people with disabilities and their care providers and friends and such.
So it's a floor above
So it's a
the
floor above.
active area.
Yes.
Okay.
It's accessible by the elevator, so if you were to come in the front of the building, you could take the elevator up. And right by my office and the senior center, there's this, it's a drywall that's been put over the stairs. Those will be opened back up again, too. So you can have access to the second floor through here, through the front, and come up the internal stairs or take the elevator up.
Okay, thank you.
Tom?
So once on the south side, once the second and third floors are sealed up with those windows that you just showed us, then in theory,
We
should
start
be-
construction inside.
In theory, we should start being able to make those second and third floor places inside
Absolutely.
usable,
Yep.
which would be really exciting.
The goal
Because then-
is for 2015 and 16 to complete the south side exterior, and then we would start fundraising for the interior work. Now, mind you, we've priced it out at about $2.5 million to do the interior work, because right now, all the upper floors have no infrastructure in them, so except for what was required to occupy the lower floors, like smoke detectors, and emergency lighting on each of the floors just has a basic wash of lighting. There's no mechanical rooms, no boilers, no plumbing, no electrical, nothing, so, and heating and cooling. So the whole upper floors require all that infrastructure as well as build out for custom stuff for spaces.
Thanks.
But we'll be reporting on that in the future.
Any other questions from Jenny?
Are you ready for your magnets?
Very nice, yeah. I think we're ready for the magnets, Jenny. Nice, exciting, enthusiastic.
Thank you.
I'm glad you saved the pigeons. Thank you very much. This is great. Yep. It's terrific. Thank you so much.
I know. Did you bring enough for everyone?